Hi, Tri-State. Welcome to our Facebook Live. I would say daily COVID update, but we haven't been doing it daily. We've been spreading it out because news has been a little less frequent. But today we have some really important information from our HR team. So Cheryl's going to be representing them, obviously, because she's the Director of Human Resources. But this is for office people. This is for drivers. So everybody listen closely. If you have any questions, you can ask them during the live and we'll try to get them answered. But if you don't have a question that you get in on time, or you have a question that might take a little bit longer to type out, or we get done with the video before you can ask it, you can always just email the HR team or give them a call and they'll be happy to answer any questions that you have regarding what Cheryl's going to talk about today. So I'm going to hand it on over to her. I hope you guys are doing well. And here we go.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First off, happy Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's terrible that I don't even know what day it is. It's kind of crazy. I hope you're all staying healthy and well, being safe out on the road. Like Riley said, there's not a whole lot going on right now. You know, we've kind of, like I've said before, settled into that new norm. Basically, you know, states, you know, we've not had as many that have been going into shelter in place or stay at home. I'm sure those are going to be changing. You know, they did extend the social distancing guidelines. Those are now, you know, for the next 30 days. They're hoping to make it through the peak during that time, hopefully. So, you know, today's April 1st. I'd kind of like to say April Fools. All of this is just a big joke, but unfortunately we're dealing with the new reality for a little bit. So, you know, just a couple of reminders. Customers, same thing. Most of them have new protocols when you're, you know, going in, picking up a load, delivering a load, something like that. So a lot of them now are requiring you to stay in your truck. That's for your safety and theirs. So always be making sure you're looking at the load notes and directions or whatever. The CSRs are updating those with that information as we get it. We did the other day an email. You know, we're always telling you make sure you check your email. That's kind of how we're communicating with some of the things that we have right now. You want to make sure you're checking those. We did send a letter to everybody, to all the, you know, the drivers, the critical infrastructure, basically, that we are being an essential worker. Those letters are on that email, so you have those available. You know, for the drivers, for you guys, they're not going to really stop you and ask for those. You know, I know they're doing some checkpoints at borders and stuff like that. Most of that is for, you know, regular vehicle traffic. It's not for drivers. But, you know, you have that. It's available. We also have it posted on our website on the COVID-19 page. It's on there as well. So make sure you check that. The main thing I'm going to talk about today is you should have also got in an email the other day the new policy that we're rolling out. The bill that was passed several weeks ago that did have some extended leave, like paid leave and certain things for COVID-19 situations. We as a company don't qualify for that because we are over 500 employees. I'm not sure why they have that 500 employee line in there, but that's what they have, so we don't qualify for that. So as a company and the management team, we talked and we really want to make sure, you know, that we do everything we can to help, you know, somebody that is affected by the COVID-19. So we did roll out a new policy. It's our COVID-19 relief gap benefit. Basically what that does is for specific situations that are related to COVID-19, this would provide some paid leave that you could utilize after you had, like if sick pay, if you had any available. You know, most of us, you know, drivers, we don't have the sick pay, but basically this is for your protection. It has specific guidelines. If you happen to test positive for COVID-19, this relief gap benefit would actually pay up to 10 days of paid leave for you to be off while you dealt with that. That's one of the things that, you know, we know that it's hard to, you know, you're required to quarantine. So sorry, it's not 10 days, it's 14 drivers are on a 7-day work week, so it would be 14 days worth of pay. And then it also has some situations where it would pay for 5 days of paid leave. That might be if you're advised by a healthcare provider to stay at home and self-isolate because you've either been in contact with somebody that has had COVID-19, or you have a family member that has COVID-19 and they've told you to self-isolate, then we would be able to pay up to 1 week's worth of pay for that, which would be 7 days for a driver. Those are things that we've put in effect to be able to help you during this time. Like I said, we wasn't required to do this, but we felt like it was the right thing. We do have to have something that basically states that you're required to self-isolate or you've been tested. Right now, if you have any situations like that that's going on, those need to be turned over to the HR department so we can track that for you and see if there would be something in the policy that would be a benefit to you. We've kind of instructed all the driver managers and everything right now. If you're sick and not feeling well, you need to contact your DM and let them know. They're going to probably notify myself so I can kind of guide the situation on how we need to address that. But we do have this policy. Feel free to read through it on your email. If you have any questions, you can contact myself, any of my HR team. We're here to answer questions on that and guide as we can. This right now is in effect while the situation is going on. It has to be specific COVID-19 related. If something happened, our leave of absence policy that we have a policy on here. Basically, we would lessen the requirements of what it takes to have a leave of absence. So if you have to be off longer than the gap pay that this would initiate, then obviously, you would be granted, after 30 days of employment, you could be granted an additional leave to be able to take care of whatever COVID-19 situation that you have going on. I'm not going to bore you into going over the whole policy. Just know that it's out there. You can read through it, ask questions as you want to, and we'll be able to address those as they come in. Are there any questions, Riley?
Yes, we have a question. Does this apply to owner-operators?
It does not right now. Owner-operators are not, once again, independent contractors, so unfortunately this is for company employees at this time. There are some things that we're looking at. You'll be getting some more news next week on some other things, and we're working through that now, trying to get some things in line, so I'm not going to steal any thunder or give any peeks or anything, but we do have a pretty good announcement coming out Monday as well.
Okay, that's it for at the moment.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to take a lot of time up. If you guys have any questions, feel free to call in and talk to us. We'll be able to help you as much as we can. Otherwise, just continue to follow those CDC guidelines. Every time I watch the task force come in and talk every day, they're constantly reminding you, wash your hands, with soap and water, 20 seconds. They have tutorials even popping up online with, rubber gloves on to show you how you cover them all, because there's spots that you don't get if you don't wash them right. Make sure you're using hand sanitizer, wiping down your trucks as much as you can. Make sure that if you're coughing or sneezing, something like that, sleeve of your arm, tissue, throw it away. Don't cough on your hands and then touch something. Hygiene 101, that we're just going to continue to push that. Social distancing, they can't say that enough. 6 foot from anyone close to you, that's for your protection. So make sure you're minding those. Those are going to be the things that you can do to help yourself stay well. Once again, a reminder right now, if you do happen to get your hands on cleaning supplies, disinfectant, stuff like that, we are reimbursing up to $10 a week for that. Just get your DM to sign off on that reimbursement. We're going to continue to do that as long as we need to with this situation going on. So just, do everything you can to keep yourself safe and healthy out on the road. Anything else, just call and we'll help as much as we can. Thank you.